Right, I'm going to make a start on sorting out these rear sets. You also notice I've welded a tab on there, which is the stop for the brake pedal. So we've got that sorted. So what I've got is some hex bar, like that, and some flat bar as well, which I'm going to use to make the little link piece which goes between that part and the actual footrest. I've been trying to get some proper ones, but they're very hard to find, and when you do spot them they go for stupid money. So I think we're going to try and make some. So first thing is to make a piece to come out here to bolt between that. Obviously it needs a hole in it, and this here. So there's a little hex cut out in there, which probably don't show up on the video very well. Which that will fit into. So I need to turn this back and put a thread on the end, so that will bolt that end, and then this end will also need a turned end with a thread on, which will go through a hole in here. So that is the plan. So yeah, another little lathe job. Right, so for this first end I need 40mm on there, so I've described a line there, and I'll just set the stop up so we can work to that. Yeah, I just need to work out what diameter I need to turn this down to. So I think I'll just try bolting that hole and see what fits. Right, so I think I'm going to try, I'll go for about 9.8mm. I'll do it in millimetre metric rather than inches, and we'll see how that fits. And obviously I'll need to turn down another length for correct diameter to put a thread on it. So let's get that in gear. Get on there. Start that up. A bit noisy to start with because of the turning off the hex. So that's all the hex turned away. Where are we? 10.96, a little way to go. .58, that's a little bit further than I meant to go, but we'll try it and see how it fits. Well, yeah, that's actually not too bad. Did go a little bit over, but so next thing will be to turn this down to whatever size I'm going to thread this at. Not sure whether I'm going to go metric or imperial. I think I've got more metric dies than I have imperial ones, so maybe going metric. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with an M10. I've got some M10 bolts, but I've got no, nuts rather, but I've not got any 3/8, so I think rather than getting any more nuts and bolts in, I will go with that. So this is roughly the right diameter. Just need to put a bit of a chamfer on here, and then I can thread it. So I'll start it off on here. Hopefully I get it nice and square then. There. Right, get that started. So I'll get that on the get that in the vise now and finish that. I'll do that, I think. So that's that end done. Probably could have made the threaded bit probably about 4mm shorter, would be enough. But yeah, that's in there, that's not twisting. So next thing is to do the same on this end, but obviously won't need to be so long because it only needs to go through that piece of steel. And as yet I'm not sure whether I'm going to do these straight or put the bend in like the original ones. May be quite difficult to bend this without any sort of real good blowtorch. I've only got sort of normal gas butane, so I don't think that will get that hot enough to get a bend in there. So you might just have to go for straight. But we'll see once I've got this turned down, and we'll go from there. Right, so yeah, that's that bit completed. That's the bit that'll go in there. It's a little bit tight, but it does go in. And obviously that end will go on there. Just got to drill a hole. Probably we'll have to weld that in the end, so I might just get it in position, put a nut on, tighten it up, put a couple of tacks that side, and take the nut off, cut it flush, and then weld it on, because I've got no way of cutting a hex shape in there or splining it or anything, so I think that's going to be the only way I can do it. So that's going to be, once it's in position, that's going to be fixed in that position. See what I mean? Yeah, and there's my stop there in operation. Yeah, so next piece is going to be doing this. Right, there we are. Well, that's basically it, apart from a little bit of tube just to go over the outside of this hex so you don't see that. Obviously paint it and everything. Might just round off these edges just with a hand file, and I need a short one of these because these are actually pillion. These lugs are actually for pillion footrest, so you can see that sticks out a little bit too far. But yeah, that's basically how it's going to function anyway. And yeah, it does feel fairly strong, and obviously once it gets a bit of tube clamped in there, that'll be even stronger. In the end I threaded this through here, so using that as a lock nut I might even get away with not having to weld it. So I could possibly undo that, slacken it off, and have some adjustment. Anyway, so yeah, just the other side to do now. And what I do is get a bit more of a curve on each of these ends here, so it's not quite so square and blocky. So I think I'm going to set the 4-jaw chuck up in the lathe and just spin it and take the corners off a bit, and yeah, we'll see what that looks like once that's done. It's a little bit difficult to set this up, but basically I've got a centre hole drilled in the middle of the work. I've got dead centre in that hole, just with some pressure on it. A couple of parallels just to space it correctly, or space it out from the jaws, and it's just a case of fiddling around, tightening these up in turn, spinning it round. You have to obviously take these out between each whenever you turn it. Yeah, so eventually that will end up held in the center. I can then slip the parallels out, and that should be ready to turn. Slight radius on these. That's the plan, and we'll see if it works or not. Right, so got a nice little bit of a curve on there. Just soften that off a little bit. Just undo these two, then I can set the other one up. Oh, it's wrong. Where's the key? Leave these two at the top, and the other ones I've loosened. Yeah, so just gives that a little bit of a finish. I'll just have to take the edges off. So this is the Kickstarter side. I'm in the process of completing that. This one is slightly shorter than the other one. Also going to need painting in the future when they're all complete. And these are the footrests I got. Well, these are actually pillion ones, or meant to be, but the thread isn't even long enough to do that. So what I thought is, rather than buy some short, because you need the short ones to go there, rather than buy some short ones, I've just been, well, that one I've just turned down in the lathe. Just got to put thread on it, and obviously that'll fit in there like that, and that's up. Well, it's not quite tight back there at the minute, but that will actually, when it's back, clear the kickstart. Like that. A little bit hard to do one end, but you get the idea. Yeah, so I didn't have a 3/8 die of the correct thread, so I think it's a 24 TPI. Yeah, so I've got one on order, so as soon as I get that I'll cut the thread, and yeah, something like that. So that'll be pretty much the rear set's done, apart from, like I say, a bit of painting. These rods, I might even zinc plate those stud bits that go through there rather than try to paint them. I'll see, this will need painting and that will need painting, that little spacer in there. Let's see this one this side, let's see, that's a little bit longer because it needs to clear the brake pedal there. Right, brackets complete and fitted, and these shortened down, fold up okay, and once the rod is in there and the wheel is in, that'll sit roughly about there. Might have to bring it up a little bit. Yeah, that's not come up too bad. And the other side, there, obviously folding, and the kickstart just about clears. Like that in normal operation. I don't know whether this will be the right height or not. I probably could have made these a little bit shorter. Could even drill another hole so I've got more adjustment. I can bring them back a bit, which will then make this a little bit lower. But yeah, to try it, won't really know.